Well, I'm back, and we'll see how this works this time, right? And if you want to catch the replay, you can just go back to the old one, and you're going to see me trying to figure out some connectedness stuff that's not quite working exactly right. And we're going to just keep going because that's how the internet works, and that's how the connection stuff works. And we're going to begin just going forward with what we're up to today. So this is part 2, and here we go. And if you commented on the last one, I'll still do a drawing to make sure that I have access to giving away a free coaching call for somebody. So if you get on here and you jump on late, no big deal. Just drop a comment on again, and I'll be excited to work this out with everyone, and we'll figure it out. This is my first live on YouTube, like I said earlier, and sometimes the internet works when you're out in the rural area, and sometimes it doesn't. And these are things that I have to begin to get used to working with in my more rural space out here at the farm. So that's some of the stuff we were just talking about. Creative expression, a safe space to grow. These are all the types of things that you might find in your sanctuary. And like I said, again, mine is a garden sanctuary. And these are some things that I began learning after some sickness that I dealt with in 2019. Now, back to that sickness, I have gotten to a point where I have 100% begun to become aware, completely and 100% aware of how my body reacts to illness, pain, and what I can do to heal. And I am 100% pharmaceutical medicine free while still dealing with some gluten intolerance, which could very well be celiacs, although I don't get into labels and all of that kind of stuff. Don't like to get in labels and all of that kind of stuff. And then also some thyroid issues. Again, not interested in getting involved in the labeling of it, but basically autoimmune disorders that my body is healing from. And I take 0 pharmaceutical medicines for that, but I take some other things. But most importantly, I focus on this healing. And that's a big part of it that I wanted to talk to you about, not because what we're going to be doing in the upcoming healing intensive is necessarily going to be about the pharmaceutical aspect of anything for that matter. I'm not a doctor, not interested in being a doctor. I'm here to teach you the things that I've taught myself and I've learned from other people. And some of those are coping skills. Some of those are tactics, but some of that is just simply sharing with you some of the things that I've aligned with and some of the things that I've learned in my garden. Now, my garden healing, the 4-week garden healing intensive is going to be starting on January the 2nd. It's going to be 4 weeks, 4 Sundays in a row, and we're going to be there from 2 to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. We're going to be here at the farm. That is a 25-minute drive from Corpus Christi, Texas. So the healing intensive occurs at Freedom Harvest Farms in Taft, Texas, and it's 25 minutes from Corpus Christi. So just a quick short drive if you're in the Corpus Christi area. If you're on the San Patricio side of the bridge, 25 minutes from Rockport, close by. There's a nice space here that we have created that's going to begin creating an opportunity for me to draw in folks that are looking for space to heal and are looking for some coping techniques, are looking for some skills, are looking for some space. I like that. I like the idea of offering healing space, safe space, because I think that that's what I was offered when I say I was offered unconditional support. And that's the thing. And your investment in yourself with time, coming here, being a part of a live, watching my videos on Sunday mornings because you love gardening or because of the messages that I give, that's investing in yourself. Investing in yourself with all of your energy is a part of the healing dynamics. It's a part of the sustainability when you're talking strategically about regenerative agriculture and when you're talking about sustainable agriculture. Creating these sustainable energetic systems is the way that we feed ourselves, is the way that we fill our cups, is the way that we invest in ourselves. Now, it might be that you invest in a coach. I do some of that. It might be that you just simply invest your time by coming to the live events that I do or checking out what I'm up to. When I offer anything free, you're checking that out. Or it may be that you take a moment and you actually invest some of your energetic finances on yourself. And sometimes the universe is just waiting for you to invest in yourself. because you are a sovereign life form. And sovereign is sovereign. Sovereign means it does not matter what the collective consciousness is doing. You still get to make a choice to do whatever you want. That's the reason why God loves everyone, because God has given you the freedom, the sovereign right to be the very worst of existence or to be the very best of existence. You have that sovereign right to do that. And in that sovereign right that you've been given and you are entitled to and you are worthy of by God, all is loved and all are loved. And so in that space, we've created safety. We've created unconditional support, and we've learned to invest in ourselves and to fill our cups. And when we do that, the universe aligns with hearing what we've told it that we want, and it helps us to create exactly what we want. And that's what this is about for me. This is about me taking the opportunity today to share with you some of these things that I've learned, some of these things that I've been talking to different folks about, some of these things that I've heard from the collective consciousness, some of these things that I've heard from Christ himself, speaking directly to me with my hands in the dirt. And I want to do that here for 4 weeks. And I want to focus on healing. And yes, we're going to actually do it with our hands in the dirt, but you do not have to be someone that is committed to a lifetime of gardening. You do not have to be someone that is planning to grow a homestead. You do not have to be someone that does anything in nature at all. But here is a hands-on opportunity for me to share with you some things that will help you begin your path of healing and find your sanctuaries that are around you, or your great sanctuary that is around you that will help you access the healing that you're looking for. Those classes are going to be on January the 2nd, January the 9th, January the 16th, and January the 23rd. And they're going to go from 2 to 5 p.m. They're going to be here at Freedom Harvest Farms in Taft, Texas, about a 25-minute drive from Corpus Christi. And there's going to be 4 within the 4 intensive classes, 4 weeks of workshops, 3 hours, 2 to 5 p.m., 3 hours. We're going to break it out into 4 specific agenda items. One of those is going to be a farm walk, where we take some time to, as we did at the very beginning of part 1 of this live, where we took a deep breath and we got some fresh air and we dropped our shoulders, and we're going to take a farm walk. We're going to breathe fresh air and we're going to walk softly. We're going to walk quietly. We're going to take a leisurely pace. We're going to enjoy the nature, whether it's cold and we bundle up because it's January, or whether it's a nice sunny day in January, clear. If it's raining, we'll handle that as well. We'll learn the different ways that we can find healing in any sanctuary, in an outdoor space, communicating with the other folks around us. Now, one of the things I want to share with you about this 4-week healing intensive, the first time I've ever done anything like this, is that this is going to be sold to only 10 people. I want to keep this really intimate, an intimate group setting where over 4 weeks, spending 3 hours in a row together with the same small group of people, that we become safe in our space together. That after we have a farm walk, we actually sit down and we do some garden education. I'll help you, because in the midst of learning together, and like I said, you may not be interested in being a gardener. That may not be your lifelong endeavor, but it's a starting point. It's a place where I can show you how you can grow some pretty flowers that will attract butterflies, that will attract birds. You can put in a bird feeder that will allow you to be fed, to watch these things, to quietly experience, so that in that moment, in that quiet moment, you can hear where your sanctuary is calling you to. And it may be right there. You may be so surprised. You may have never imagined that nature, a garden, rural, would ever be a space that you would align with. but you've never put yourself in that position to align with it. And so because you've never put yourself in that position to align with it, you've never experienced it in a safe place that makes you not feel like it's this dying labor, but it's this beautiful experience. So we're going to do a garden talk. So let's take a few moments and I'll teach you some garden tips. I'll give you a couple of tricks to help you create that healing space that you're looking for in your yard, in your garden, wherever, in your office for that matter. What are the things that we can do to bring life into these spaces that help us take a moment and breathe in life? And then after we take a farm walk and we have a little garden talk, we're gonna have a refreshment time. So we're actually going to sit down and have a bite of farm food. And there's an opportunity to talk. So you'll get a farm to table experience, a little farm to table experience. It's farm to table beverages and delicious tasties, whatever. And in the midst of that, you've got this group of people that have been coalescing and have gone on a walk together and have begun learning some gardening skills together. And then we're sitting down together chatting, and we're sitting down together, and we're having a little snack, we're having a little refreshment, and we're getting to know one another. And then with our hands in the actual dirt, we'll go out to the garden and we'll do some weed therapy. I know. Don't fool you. Weeding's not fun. Listen, there is nothing better in life than learning to weed. Literally, you will find, no matter where you are, no matter what system you're involved in, that weeding is releasing. Weeding is healing. Weeding is, as a matter of fact, once I saw this photo that made me laugh, because it showed somebody out in the garden weeding, and it was talking about how they'd had a really hard day at work, and they were imagining that every single weed they were pulling out of the ground was actually someone's head. So you can imagine what I'm talking about here, right? So we're weeding out, we're pulling out the thorns, we're weeding out, we're cutting back, we're cleaning up, and we're making space for the things that we want in life. We're making safe space for the things that we want to come into our life. And we're pushing out the things that we don't want in our life by cleaning up these spaces, making this, taking the weeds out, taking the thorns out, and then planting in that moment, in that quiet weed therapy moment with our hands in the dirt, all of the thoughts that are coming to us. We're weeding out the past. We're weeding out the pain. We're weeding out the trauma. We're weeding out the drama, but we're planting seeds of abundance. We're planting seeds of inspiration. We're planting seeds of the next phases of what we hope to do. In the present moment, we're planting the seeds for the future, even if we don't have any vision of what the future may be. Even if our vision doesn't make any sense to us, we have no idea how, we are planting the seeds of overflow of abundance. We are planting the seeds of creative expansion. We are planting the seeds of healing. We are planting the seeds of future breakdown that we will see, and that we will experience, and that we will learn from. And then last but not least, we will do a focused healing intensive where I actually bring up a very specific topic, things like energetic abundance, things like paths of least resistance, things like ultimate connection to all, and things like beyond surviving. All the types of things that we've talked about when we talked about my garden as a sanctuary and how to create our sanctuaries. We're going to take each week and we're going to focus specifically on something. And I'm going to share with you what I have learned about that, how I've learned about it from the garden, how I've connected it back to the actual trauma, drama, addictions, all of the things that I've dealt with in life, and how I'm then turning it into an opportunity to be the success, the happiness, the joyful, the experience that God hopes that I will be on this planet, learning and enjoying things together. And we'll ask each other questions and we'll talk through these things. And at the end of 4 weeks, you will have had an opportunity to look at your life and decide, where is the sanctuary evolving for you? And where are you at and able to go into this place of healing for yourself for all of what's happening in the future. No matter what occurs in the breakdown, no matter what occurs in the future, the present moment of healing right now, whether it's a physical ailment, whether it's a mental ailment, or whether it's a disconnection with your greater, higher spirit, this is a healing space. And this garden healing intensive 4-week class is going to be an opportunity for you to share in an experience with others that will help you get to where you need to be for your sovereign being, that will help us all. Because the greatest thing that I've learned from my garden, I want to go back over here so that I actually read it to you exactly the way it is. It doesn't really matter. I can't find it. It doesn't really matter. It's been kind of a fun day to figure all of this stuff out. But what I'm really trying to do, what I'm really trying to say is that when you heal you, you heal me and you heal us. And that's why I'm here doing this today. And that's why I'm investing my time in you. And that's why I'm investing my time in creating this garden healing intensive, because I know that the healing that has occurred in me is beginning to overflow in a plentiful and overabundant way that I can share it with you, and that we as a communal effort of the God Christ consciousness can create it together and change this world so that the breakdown creates the beauty that we all desire. No matter what sovereign being we are, no matter what choices we make, at our core, we have light and Christ consciousness. And at that core, we are ready to heal. We are all ready to lift up. And we're all ready to move on into the next phase of what the human consciousness is about and for, and what we're leading to, and what we're growing, and what we're experiencing, and what our children are experiencing, and all the next phases of what life is about. And that's what this class is about. And I'm so excited to be able to get involved with you guys in this. Like I said, it's going to be very limited. I'm literally only going to sell 10 spots, sold out at 10 spots. And I'm going to do that in two different ways. The first way is it's $333 a person. However, if you plus a friend would like to come to the class together, it's going to be $444. So $444 gets you and a friend in, so that you can have someone that you know before you come into a healing intensive. But you don't have to, because here I am, ready to receive you as the closest best friend I've ever known, and to help you heal in your own sovereign, free healing space. Now, I said that I was going to give away a prize at the end of this live, and the live got weird, and there was no chats, and then some people were on and some people were off, and we had a certain amount of views, and the views didn't work out. So that's not going to work out. I'm going to figure out a way to find out who all I'm going to give away an online coaching call. I'm going to give something away. I'll figure out how to do that at a later time. So if you're catching this and you're seeing this, know that if you share this, if you share anything that I'm doing related to the 4-week garden healing intensive, if you share this video, if you share the first video, if you share anything about that, if you share, you could go over and share my garden as a sanctuary TEDx talk that I did in 2020. If you share that, make sure you tag me, and make sure that you put a link up there to this event that I'm putting on. And I'm going to put the links in the comments down here below. And I lost my moderator even. That's the whole funny thing about this whole YouTube live experience, this first YouTube live experience. It didn't go as I had initially intended, and that's okay, because the way that it went is the way that it was intended to go. And the way that it went is the way that I have the opportunity to learn with my hands in the dirt and have an experience from that. And so I'm going to give away prizes. That's going to happen. If you want to get on my email list, if you haven't done that, I will send me a DM so that I can get that available to you, so that you can get yourself on my email list, so that you can see what prizes are available. Friday, I'm going to do another live. I'll probably do it. I don't know where I'll do the live. Maybe I'll do it here. Maybe I'll do it on Facebook. Maybe I'll do it on Instagram. I don't know, but I'll do a live on Friday. And all of the shares from the sharing that has happened that was related specifically to the 4-week intensive healing gardening course. In that opportunity, I will do a drawing and give away free access to the class. So share several times, share as many times as you want to. I want to be able to give you free access to this class if that's the best thing for you. And if you sign up for the class by Friday at midnight this week, Friday, midnight, Central Standard Time, you will get access to a free coaching event. Just me and you, a free private coaching event. If you sign up for the class between now and Friday at midnight, Central Standard Time, you will get access to a free online coaching. So we can do this together, just you and me, just talking through some of the things that you're healing from, or talking about some of the gardening things that you need to learn from me, or that I can answer some of those questions from you. And then we'll have a nice opportunity to have that. Okay. That's all I have about specifically about the backyard gardening speech that I gave. Go check that out. That's also the information that I have about the 4-week garden healing intensive. But I want to talk to you about a few other things while I'm here and while I've got this video going, and I can share some things with you. December the 10th is going to be my my beginners gardening South Texas. That's on December the 10th. It's going to be in the afternoon. It's by the carload. It's $44 a carload. And I do these once a month. So there'll be another one in January, another one in February, another one in March. I do them specific to the season. And that class will be available for $44 for a carload. So you and a bunch of friends jump in the car and come out here to the farm and learn some gardening things from you. If you wouldn't consider yourself a beginner, that's okay. Because a lot of the things, even if you've been gardening for 10, 20, 30 years, a lot of the things that I'm learning and teaching are new things to most people. They're about regenerative agriculture, permaculture agriculture, sustainable things, completely 100% organic methods, things like that. I want to get that information to you. And that's going to be coming up on December the 10th. And I do have some spaces available for that. I've sold a couple of spots. Now I have some spaces available for that as well. I'm looking forward to seeing you all out here for that. In addition to that, in January, I have the long lunch coming up. That is a sellout event. It sells out every single time that I do it. It is limited to just a very few amount of spots. So if you're interested, I haven't even set the date for January or February yet. So I'd like to be on your waiting list. And what will happen is the moment that I create the date and the event to purchase, you will be the first person to receive the link to that. And that's how it gets sold out before anybody even hears about it, is because I get people on the waiting list. Okay, another waiting list that's coming up. This is an exciting one. February 22nd, 2022. So that's 2/22, 2022, 22. You get it? I will be hosting Francesco Inguajato. He is the chef and owner of Bulino's Italian Ristorante. Did I say that correct? Ristorante? And he's going to be my guest chef at a farm-to-table dinner that we'll be doing out here on February the 22nd, 2022. So if you want to get on the waiting list for that, I haven't even come up with the price point yet. We don't have any idea what vegetables are going to be available at that point in February, depending on what happens with freezing and yada, yada. I mean, think about it. February the 14th freeze would have caused a challenge for a February the 22nd thing. So I'm not 100% sure what all will be on the table at that point, but Francesco is going to come out and be my guest host for that event. So if you want to get on the waiting list for that, it will sell out, and it will sell out fast. Last time I did a farm-to-table event, it sold out within the hour. And that's going to happen again, especially with Francesco chefing it up this time. So definitely get your name on the waiting list for that, so that you'll receive the information the moment the link comes out to sell that. Other ways that I can help you. Podcast, dinnertabletalks.com. Joe and I have been doing a podcast. We're in season 3. We do one every Monday morning. It launches every Monday morning, and that's something you can get access to my ongoing preachy, healy, talky type things that occur. Also, all the fun stuff that we do, all the food conversations, all the delicious food we eat, things about our homestead, all the great things that you can imagine Joe and I might be talking about. A podcast is happening on Dinner Table Talks. That's our podcast. You can listen to it on any platform. And if you want to go to a website to see what I'm talking about, you'll go to dinnertabletalks.com. Other ways, Sunday, live on Facebook on my Aislinn Campbell business page. I do a live every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then I upload that to YouTube. That's what you see in my Sunday lives, weekly videos that you see up here on YouTube. So I hope that you will subscribe to the YouTube channel and catch those replays on a weekly basis. That's weekly gardening videos related to what's seasonally happening, what's weather happening here in Zone 9, South Texas, right here on the coast. Those are the Sunday lives. There are other things that I'm available to do. You can reach out to me and talk to me about how I can help you out in these ways. This is motivational speeches. I can do those for conferences, speaking at different types of events, classrooms, schools, anything like that. I also am available for garden talks and workshops, and those can be for adults or children. I show up dressed in a fun-loving, bright red hair, crazy socks, all kinds of fun stuff. Maybe I've got my fairy wings on. Those are things I can do at a kids gardening workshop, a kids gardening class, anything like that. And then, of course, I also can do any type of garden talk, food prep, farm to table talk, homesteading talk, any of that stuff for your adult event, any adult thing you have going on that you want someone to come and speak at. Reach out to me for that. I also do a mobile farm stand with my vegetables that I grow out here on the farm. I am not tactically and practically creating a situation where I am the big farmer. I'm here to teach, to share, to heal, to create space, but to also do what makes me feel and thrive the best is growing gardens, growing vegetables. Well, that means that I'm going to have an overabundance of all of that beautiful stuff, and I want to make sure that it's getting out to the community as well. And then I can do edible landscape consultations on your own property, online coaching, private coaching right here, just like this, on YouTube, on Zoom, wherever is the best for you, FaceTime, whatever is the best place for you, then we can do a private coaching session there as well. Here at the farm, we're offering the farm as a farm venue. As you heard me talking about farm to table dinners that are happening out here, classes that are happening out here. We want to be available for you for a small event. The farm has access to a kitchen. It has a nice pavilion. It has an outdoor bathroom that is a nice, clean space. And this is a small farm venue space for you to host something. So reach out to me about that. And then last but not least, before we leave off here, I want to offer the farm as a place where you could come and do some photos as well. So do some photo sessions out here in this amazing space that we've created with all of the beautiful longhorns in the backyard and the beautiful trees and the gardens and the space that we've created out here of beauty and sanctuary and safe space for all to be together. So DM me, reach out to me. We'll find the best way to get you involved and to find a space for you here at Freedom Harvest Farms as well. So the 4-week garden healing intensive class is going to be on January the 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd. It's going to be from 2 to 5 p.m. here at Freedom Harvest Farms in Taft, Texas. Here on location at the farm. It's going to be $333 a person, or if you and a friend or you and a partner want to come together, it'll be $444 for both of you. It'll be $444 for the two of you, for the couple, for the plus one. All right. I hope that makes sense. I love you all. I know this was a little bit challenging, 2 parts, and wasn't exactly live, but here I am, and I'm going to put this stuff out in a different space on some Facebook things and some other places. I'm going to get an event up that's going to give a little bit more information about this healing course, how you can sign up, and then make sure that you have access to purchasing it straight away. If you need anything else from me, you know where to find me. Reach out. I love you, all you brilliant human beings, and I can't wait to see what we as a creative, expansive, amazing human consciousness are going to create with the power of God behind us. I love you all, and I hope you have the best day ever. See you soon. Bye.